Warning. Every installment of the Massive JMO review will contain spoilers.
Hello and welcome to part 13 of the Massive JMO review. Today I am reviewing the movie Design. Trigger warning, if you are easily offended and you like this movie, do not watch any further. I get kind of harsh. Okay, with that said, let's get started. I can't even begin to write a synopsis for this film, let alone put one in this review video, because even after watching the film in its entirety twice, I still have no idea what the plot is. I know the amount of work that goes into making a film, and therefore I want to start by saying that I respect the film cast and crew for the hard work I know they put into it, but with that said, this may be the worst film I have ever seen. There were 3 separate stories going on at once, and none of them made any sense. Jennifer is the only person in that cast who had any talent, besides the cab driver. He sounded believable.
So I swing around to the bar. She's there, smashed off her ass, and I tell her I'm gonna take her home, you know? So we're on our way to her place, you know, and I gotta piss real bad. I mean, like a fucking racehorse, you know? So I pull over to the side of the road, get out, do my duty, and bang a bip, you know, we're on our way back to her place. So we get there, and she ain't doing nothing. She starts to get out of the car, and I says, hey, wait a minute, darling, you know, I just did you a favor. I brought you home. Now you gotta do something for me.
I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of Jen's, I'm saying this because she literally was the only one in the main cast who could act. Technically, this was the worst film I have ever reviewed. The script made no sense and had no build-up. The lighting was abysmal. The editing was beyond horrid. This is by far the worst editing I have ever seen. The scenes were extremely drawn out, even though they had absolutely no substance to them. There was nothing to latch onto and nothing to drive the story forward. The characters had no development whatsoever. It was impossible for me to form an emotional connection to any of the characters due to this fact. The DVD cover for this movie is a picture of Jennifer wearing a short black wig that she only wears for about the first minute of her introduction scene and the last minute at the end, otherwise it is never seen. It was like the writer took every writer's block, unfinished idea he had ever had and tried to cram them all into one film. I kept waiting for the story to start, and no story ever started. It felt as though the editor had just opened a free basic film editing software for the first time and decided to use this film to try out every preset effect and transition at the most odd moments. A whole scene is projected as several little boxes capturing different things at different speeds. A whole scene. The human brain cannot handle that much information at once, and therefore a lot is missed for the viewer. There was also a long scene that was shot and edited like a poorly edited wedding video. I understand why they chose to do it that way, but the scene was way too long. They showed the whole wedding video. In film school, they tell you that you're going to have to cut some of your favorite scenes for time, and because it probably doesn't enhance the storyline as much as you think it does in the long run, this is what happens when you're unable to do that. This film doesn't even make my rating system. Maybe a 0.5 out of 5 for spelling the names correctly in the credits. How this won an Atlanta Film Festival award is beyond me. The editing was not only horrible, it was weird. For no reason at all, they added a horror movie effect.
I need to talk to someone about what's going to happen.
Didn't fit anything within the movie. I think they just did it because they thought it looked cool. The photography effect was cool the first time it happened, but to do that every time the guy took a picture throughout the whole film was highly annoying. Considering he was a photographer, it was the whole film. The dialogue was so bad that I can close my eyes and randomly pick a spot on the timeline to show you and it would still make my point.
You don't know me from Adam, but I want you to have something. Here.
What is that?
Oh, I've been watching you, and I think you need it. It's a healing icon. See? Right there. It's an eye. I make them. They're blessed.
Really?
Yeah, they work as like antenna for good, positive things.
Terrific. Thank you.
I have to tell you something. I hope you don't mind. It might sound kind of weird.
What is it?
I see auras, and yours is black, like death.
You're telling me I'm gonna die? Do I have cancer or something?
No, I'm just telling you you should be careful.
Look, I don't need to be hearing this right now, okay?
Oh, I'm just trying to help.
Well, you're not. You are not helping in the least. I don't believe in this voodoo bullshit, okay? So just take this back and take whatever friggin' thing you've been doing to me away, okay?
Oh, I gave that to you. It's yours. I can't take it back now. Do yourself a favor and hold on to it.
Take it.
No.
The whole time I was like,
What the fuck is going on?
I do not recommend this film unless you are a film student. If you're a film student, I recommend you watch this movie only to see what not to do in your future careers. The next film I will be reviewing is Night Fight. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching. Bye. And please don't hate me in the comments.
Would you be willing to tell this story on camera? You want me? Peaches to tell you want to interview me? Yep. Hell yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes.